Welcome to the Primetime News on MITV. I am Jumoke Michaels. The Minister of State for Petroleum Resources, Henneke Bopobiri, has announced that the rehabilitation of the Kaduna refinery will be completed by the end of 2024. He made the disclosure during an inspection tour of the refinery on Saturday, where he reiterated the federal government's commitment to end petroleum product importation through the resuscitation of the nation's refineries. The 110,000 barrels per day capacity Kaduna refinery is one of Nigeria's 4 dysfunctional refineries that has produced no petrol for many years, leaving the country to rely heavily on imported petroleum products. The managing director of Kaduna refinery, Mustapha Sugungu, took the minister and his team round the plant. The last turnaround maintenance on the refinery, according to official sources, was carried out about 15 years ago. The federal government has lamented that massive investments in the nation's basic education sector has not translated into desired results. Minister of State for Education, Dr. Yusuf Sununu, made this known while declaring open the 25th quarterly meeting of Universal Basic Education Commission (UBEC) management with the Executive Chairman of State Universal Basic Education Boards (SUBEBs) in Abuja. Correspondent Marian Enakemo reports that the minister said despite the federal government's huge investment, interventions and technical support, basic education subsector is still bedeviled with unpleasant occurrences such as high rate of dropouts, increased number of out-of-school children, poor infrastructure and unqualified teachers, among others, which has resulted to the falling standard of education in the country. The Executive Secretary of UBEC, Dr. Hamid Boboyi, called for new approaches to holistically address problems of the basic education sector.
Mopping up of out-of-school children is a great priority of this administration. And as such, we in the ministry have tried to see how we can redesign our focus to ensure that where it seems to be a clash, rather than having it to be clash, we try to see how we can align so as to see how that we can have a common goal. For example, as far as we are concerned now, we have parastatal with ministry such as National Commission for Adult and Mass Literacy, the National Commission for Almajiri and Out-of-School Children, and also the Universal Basic Education Commission, and even the department in the ministry. All this, you can describe them as trying to address basic education, which also has to do with mopping out of out-of-school children. In this regard, our policy is to see how we can align them to work together rather than working against each other. And a situation whereby if one does not do, nobody does, should also not arise.
While their achievements in basic education were celebrated, there are nevertheless other daunting challenges that should draw our urgent attention. One of these is the challenge of learning poverty at basic education level. Studies have shown that learners are graduating from primary school unable to read and write. Learning poverty is a function of many factors. Prominent among these are the quality of school governance, teacher quality, availability of essential teaching and learning materials, and the learning environment. This challenge must be addressed with the urgency that it deserves. Otherwise, our educational system will be turning out dysfunctional citizens who are neither useful to themselves nor to their communities.
The Federal Road Safety Commission, FRSC, has cautioned motorists to take extra caution during the period between September and December, when there is increase in road mishap annually due to man-made errors. The Lagos sector
It's once again for the time of the year when there is what appears to be increase in the vehicular movement on the road owing mostly to the mood of the people for the festive period of Christmas and New Year. The period is also often associated with many road mishaps due to overspeeding by motorists while traveling to their hometowns and quick returns by commercial bus drivers to make as much money as possible. However, the Federal Road Safety Commission (FRSC) has dismissed the speculation that the ember months of September to December are known for a rise in road accidents while declaring that sensitization campaign in on across markets, motor parks, amongst other places on proper usage of roads during the period.
It is not because there is any evil spirit that is killing people. It is because there's always a kind of increase in socio-economic activities in a country, and people are always in a hurry. And that's the reason why we want to always remind people, because International Labour Organization recommends that a driver is not supposed to drive more than 9 hours in a day. And he will need 4 hours to drive, after which he must rest.
Residents of Lagos called on the state government and its agencies to organize enlightenment campaign for motorists during the ember months while pointing out the bad conditions of roads was a source of concern, which according to them is one of the causes of road accidents.
Actually, what I think, that's a busy month between the January to December. So from the ember, most people love to travel. So then automatically the road will be busy. It's just like, I would say, for me, the government should just add more effort to make sure the road is quite safe. Because even the drivers that still applies the road, they should caution them. Then we individual, every person should just be conscious.
I think the accident issue is about, almost everybody being in a hurry. Be in a hurry to get home. Everybody be in a hurry to get off the roads. And that has also placed burden on the Federal Road Safety Corps, trying to control traffic here and there, including the police. And all that. So it's a period of accident, but how the accident can be reduced is what one cannot tell. But more importantly, I think people have to drive with caution.
Because like this, the road is free now, and say people and they all instead to have patience like now. Like let's say like yesterday, we have some odor for Ibafo in the yesterday night. People they are complaining say the driver is supposed to pass one way, the driver is supposed to pass like this, and if everybody say you should want to pass one way, many things you need to happen on the one way.
But to what extent has the annual Ember Months campaign yielded the desired result? The FRSC commandant declared that the COP is out to be strict in its enforcement while also calling for a change of attitude among motorists, especially commercial bus drivers who are often under the influence of alcohol.
We are prepared in the sense that we know that during this period, vehicular movement will be on the increase. We will do what we call traffic management. We will do through our operation we call Operation Orange Impact. We will line our men along the route, ensure that traffic are moving. We want this opportunity to remind the motorists that it is not going to be business as usual. Violators of traffic rules will have all to contend with.
With the Ember Months campaign ongoing, the FRSC is also saying that it is also committed to continue education of motorists in view of value of human lives, which should not be untimely terminated due to avoidable human errors.
Still in Lagos, the state government has again emphasized the urgent need to inculcate a culture of technology-driven society to reduce the growing unemployment rate in the country. The state government is also calling on the unemployed in the society to buy into the technology market in line with the current trend across the world. These assertions were highlighted in Lagos at the 2023 conference of Nigeria Trade Associations with the theme Economy for Accelerated Growth and Economic Development in Nigeria. An assistant director in the State Ministry of Wealth Creation and Employment, Babatunde Thompson, stressed the need to think out of the box instead of waiting on the government to provide. He also made a case for human capital development and training and retraining of the workforce. The co-convener of the program and a sustainable development practitioner, Dr. Nelson Obine, urged the government to ease the burden on small-scale enterprises and small macro businesses by reducing taxes imposed on them.
It's a peculiarity of now that Nigeria is facing this. But if you are still looking at dollar to go down before you do something, there will be struggle. So it's better for us to start thinking, where are we going? And that is what we are also doing. In our own ministry and government, we are always thinking every day, what are we going to do next? And that's why we are training. And education is also very important.
That the government should try as much as possible to reduce the burden of taxes on small business enterprise, the small and micro business enterprise. And of course, the people as well should try as much as possible to desist from the act of destroying government property if we must experience growth and if we must experience employment and if we must have a better life that we all crave to have.
My observation on this conference is that all hands has to be on the deck, on the table, to share view with the government. The government cannot do everything. We, the private sector, we can also contribute our own quota to help the government, as we also expect the government to help us.
Victims of demolished houses in Ajebule, Araromi community, Makun in Shagamu local government area of Ogun State, have accused the state government of forcefully removing them from their ancestral homes and illegally acquiring their land for a Chinese company. Officials of the State Bureau of Lands and Survey, accompanied by armed policemen, had 2 weeks ago stormed the community, pulling down houses and commercial buildings. Addressing journalists in Abeokuta, a representative of the community, Olufemi Olatunde Oguniro, alleged that the government demolished their houses after selling their land to a Chinese company for industrial purposes without paying them compensation. But reacting to the allegations, the Director General of Bureau of Lands and Survey, Shegun Fowora, described the victims as illegal occupants of government land, saying the government had given the residents repeated stop orders, which they ignored.
Despite documents given to us by these same government agencies and our massive support for Mr. Governor Dapo Abiodun since 2015, we were terribly pained that the only reward this government could give back in return to our support and loyalty is the destruction of our hard-earned investments and forcefully taking over our family ancestral land to give as a gift to foreigners. These are some of the evidences done.
When they said the gentleman, I'll show you geographic maps of what actually transpired. Now, people talk as if we're only interested in foreign entity. A week before we did that one, I knocked down a complex that was with the steel structures. I can show you photographs. I can take you there. That was being built by the Chinese with the same impunity. They just go to villagers, they pay them on government-acquired land, government land. Even if you get government acquisition, what we do is that.
Still in the southwest, Osun state government has unveiled a 100 billion naira infrastructure plan to provide critical amenities in healthcare delivery, water, education, and road sectors in the state. The project is set to comprise construction of 5 flyovers, with 2 at the capital city and dualization of roads in the 3 senatorial districts in the state, including a minimum of 1.5 kilometers of roads of 31 primary and secondary schools at different areas in the state, among others. Unveiling the plan at Government Secretariat Osogbo, Governor Ademola Adeleke, who noted that infrastructure is critical to economic development, said the initiative will be carried out using local content as well as in strict compliance to extant procurement process and rule of law. The governor said the project is in line with already mapped out 5-point agenda of his administration, as he reiterated his resolve not to borrow from any financial institution to finance the project.
It is my honor to unveil new projects and infrastructure for the state. Rehabilitation of 345 health centers, in the 332 wards in Osun State. Rehabilitation will include provision of potable water, new toilets, and bathrooms, beds.
The Nigeria Deposit Insurance Corporation, NDIC, has applauded the judiciary on its better understanding of the deposit insurance practice towards promoting stability of the nation's financial system. NDIC Managing Director Bello Hassan gave the commendation while speaking at the 2023 Sensitization Seminar organized by the corporation in partnership with the National Judicial Institute for Judges of the Federal High Courts, with the theme Strengthening Depositors' Confidence in Banks and Other Financial Institutions through Speedy Dispensation of Justice, held in Uyo, Akwa Ibom State. Hassan stated that the overarching objective of the deposit insurance scheme in Nigeria is to protect depositors in the event of failure of the insured institutions, thereby engendering confidence and curtailing the incidence of bank runs in the system. Director, Communication and Public Affairs, Bashir Nuhu, said the corporation noted that in carrying out its mandate efficiently, the corporation required an effective collaboration with the judiciary in view of its critical role in resolving disputes that often arise from revocation of banking licenses, liquidation of failed banks, and termination of liquidation activities, while stating that the corporation, since inception, has been confronted with many challenges such as misconception of its mandate and basic principles of deposit insurance. The NDIC boss expressed gratitude that the seminar, organized in collaboration with the NJI, has resulted in a better understanding of the corporation's distinct roles by members of the bar and the bench, as well as speedy dispensation of cases involving banks in liquidation for the sake of financial system stability in Nigeria. A geriatric consultant, Dr. Oladaisi Oduniyi, has charged the government at all levels to give adequate care to the elders as they face lots of medical conditions like dementia, glaucoma, diabetes, among others. Dr. Oduniyi, who is the head of Geriatric Clinic, Lagos State University Teaching Hospital, LASU, made the call at a free medical outreach organized by the Ikeja LASU Lions Club in collaboration with the Value Jet Airline in Lagos. Dr. Oladaisi explained that the problems are usually hidden and become worse unless they are evaluated and managed by medical experts. The president of the club, Lion Afolabi Folashade Mutiat, who stated that the event was in commemoration of the Older Persons and Elderly Citizens Day, which was celebrated on the 5th of October, to always extend their hands of fellowship to the citizenry in order to make life meaningful to all and sundry. The Pioneer District Governor, Lion Olayiwola Fadairo, stated in Ota, Ogun State, during the club's annual core project, which addresses sight and vision by distributing drugs and eyeglasses to community members. Lion Fadairo explained that the initiative was born out of the club's 8 core projects of providing amenities and services to the public, as the government cannot do it all. The district chairperson of the project, Lion Dr. Juliet Opaleye, said the beneficiaries are lucky because the eyeglasses, drugs, and counseling for those with severe eye cases are free, as she advised that they should not take the opportunity for granted. Lion Leko Adeyemi, the project chairperson, explained that the project is one of many as they plan on touching the lives of children, creating cancer awareness, providing disaster relief, among others. The beneficiaries expressed their gratitude to the club for the free eye service being rendered to them and asked that other organizations take on similar humanitarian tasks to help the members of the public.
As a humanitarian organization, we need to partner with government. You can see we're having it in a government hospital. That eye center was even built by Lions Club International, if you see it there. So government cannot do it all alone. That is why we have Lions Club International, the world's largest service organization in the whole world. We are the largest service organization. That is why we are partnering with government to have this kind of project.
It's to assist government, because government cannot do everything. You see, there's something they call PPP, public-private partnership, like that. So we are trying to at least add our own voice, do the bits we can do to assist the government in providing amenities, in providing services to the less fortunate in the society.
I wish one day I want to be part of them as well. So I really appreciate what they did today. Coupled with the number of people that came this morning, we are over 500. And thank God they were able to, even my own number, I wrote about, I think my number is about 200. And by now, I've been able to get my own glasses. So I really appreciate the Lions Club.
I heard there is an opportunity here for this thing, free of charge. So I came here this morning and it is a great privilege. They are wholesome. So I'm very happy coming here, and even I'm very happy because it was surprisingly I got here, and with due respect, in fact, Lions clubs, they are very good. They are doing well.
Welcome back. Israel has continuously pounded Gaza with airstrikes following a night of intensified bombing. Reports say the north of the strip was hit overnight on a scale that has never been seen before, and that there was total chaos in the territory. Israel's military said its ground forces entered Gaza overnight as part of an expanded ground operation and were still in the field. The UN General Assembly called for an immediate humanitarian truce, with 120 states voting for a resolution put forward by Jordan. Eddie Nketiah ended his scoring drought since August in stunning fashion with a hat-trick in Arsenal's 5-0 home thrashing of hapless Sheffield United in the Premier League on Saturday. The 24-year-old broke the deadlock in the 28th minute with a fine finish after a pass by Declan Rice and made it penalty in the 88th minute given by referee Tim Robinson after a VAR check following a foul on Vieira by Oliver Norwood and a stoppage time